The transmission arrived at 0300 hours, Eastern Standard Time, cracking through every satellite, every radio tower, every screen on the planet simultaneously. It was not a request. It was not a greeting. It was a verdict. People of Earth. This is the Galactic Conclave, governing body of 412 civilizations. You have, for the third consecutive cycle, violated Interstellar Accord 7 Delta, unauthorized detonation of fusion-class warheads within a contested boundary zone. The penalty is hereby issued. One final warning. The next violation results in planetary sterilization. You have 72 hours to disarm. The message ended. The world did not sleep that night. General Marcus Webb stood at the head of the table, jaw tight, eyes hard. 14 advisors, 3 joint chiefs, and 1 very pale Secretary of Defense stared at the holographic star map now hovering above the conference table, 412 member worlds, glowing like cold fire. They've got 46 ships sitting past the lunar threshold, said Dr. Patricia Cole, the lead xenolinguist, tapping her tablet. Each one is bigger than Rhode Island. How long have they been there? Webb asked. Best we can tell. Cole paused. 11 years. Watching. The room was silent. Webb looked at the star map a long time. Then he said something no alien intelligence had ever calculated into their diplomatic models. Get me Captain James Riley. Tell him to prep the USS Perseverance. We're going to talk to them. High Arbiter Zealvos had presided over 41 planetary submissions. Humans were expected to be number 42. What he did not expect was a single human vessel, battered, small, almost insultingly primitive, docking at the flagship's outer bay and requesting a formal audience. He granted it out of curiosity. Captain James Riley walked in without an escort. No weapons. No delegation. Just a man in a uniform with tired eyes and a folder of documents tucked under one arm. He sat across from the Arbiter, set the folder on the table, and spoke calmly. We won't disarm. Zealvos blinked all 4 of his eyes. You understand the consequence. I do, said Riley. Now let me show you something. Riley opened the folder. Inside were photographs. Archaeological records. Battle logs spanning 12,000 years. Cities burned and rebuilt. Civilizations collapsed and risen from ash. Plague survived. Ice ages outlasted. Extinction events, 7 of them, beaten back by sheer, grinding, unreasonable human will. We've been trying to kill ourselves, Riley said, for longer than your conclave has existed. We haven't managed it yet. He leaned forward. You think 46 ships scare us? We dropped atomic weapons on ourselves and kept going. We look at extinction and we build monuments to the people who survived it. He tapped the last photograph, the lunar base, half-constructed, already bristling with defense arrays. Sterilize us and you won't get a dead planet. You'll get a war. 40 years, 100 years, however long it takes. We are very, very good at wars. Scene V, what the Arbiter calculated. Zealvos was silent for a long time. His advisors behind him exchanged looks. The xenopsychology models had not prepared them for this, a species that cited its own near-extinction events as credentials. He pulled up the conclave's casualty projections. Even a conservative estimate of sustained human resistance produced figures that would destabilize 4 border sectors and drain conclave resources for 60 years. And that assumed humanity didn't adapt. The records on the table suggested they always adapted. What do you want? Zealvos asked finally. Riley smiled, not triumphantly, just tiredly. A seat at the table. Equal terms. And a trade agreement. We've got resources you haven't catalogued. The Arbiter looked at the photographs again. The rubble cities. The rebuilt towers. The determined, ugly, beautiful persistence of it all. We will review the accord, he said quietly. When the conclave ships pulled back past the lunar threshold, not gone, but no longer in firing position, General Webb called it a victory. The news channels called it a miracle. Dr. Cole called it the most terrifying negotiation in recorded history. Riley, sitting alone in the Perseverance's mess hall with a cold cup of coffee, called it Tuesday. Humanity had been given one final warning. They had sent it back, signed, with amendments. Somewhere across 412 civilizations, a new entry was added to the Conclave's official threat registry, not under primitive worlds, not under developing systems, but under a category that had never needed to be used before. Handle with extreme caution. Do not provoke. Do not underestimate. Species, human. Status, uncontainable.